Hello friends, I'm back. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. That's a little bit of footage from the Miami Beach NCL National Cycling League race number 1. That is me just kind of testing basically through the GoPro on a Cinesplorer real quick just to kind of test range. Was not like actively flying over the cyclists. Those couple of cyclists that you saw were just kind of doing warm-up laps and hanging out. Yeah, what an event. Holy cow, what an event. Miami Beach, the city made it very difficult for us. Very, very, very difficult for us. We only got authorization from them that day actually, which was testing day, which was Friday. Very lengthy process, but got it done, which was nuts. They were trying to put restrictions on us that were outside of FAA's rules. So that was kind of interesting to explain to them that they don't own the airspace and that they can't limit us to 250 feet. while at the same time trying to not piss them off, right? Because like they can just say F you. So yeah, that was really interesting. I didn't, FPV pilots don't really handle that stuff. Like we don't interface directly with the city on that kind of stuff. There was somebody with the production company that was doing it, but he was having to come back to me and say like, hey, they're asking for this, and this, and this, and this. And then I would have to read through it and be like, what? And then I worked with them to kind of craft our response to explain to them that they're not allowed to do something, to put some of these guidelines on us. So, but we got it done, damn it. And that's all that matters. And as you guys can probably tell, I had a fucking blast. Like halfway into the days leading up to the event were, hold on. Let me hold that thought. Welcome to Monday night giveaways. We're doing 4 giveaways tonight at around 11 o'clock. That's about 50 minutes from now. 3 of those giveaways are for patrons. 1 of those giveaways is open to anyone. If you want to get in on the 3 Patreon giveaways, head on over to CiottiFPV.com. Why is there such a delay here? Hold on. There's a crazy delay over on the thing in the place. Can you guys see me right now? What in the world? Why is it still showing that? Hold on. Let me make sure that this is... Oh no, okay, we're good. Wow, that's really weird. Strange. YouTube being YouTube. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com. By the way, the multicolored names are back, which sucks. So stop it, YouTube. Stop changing things, you idiots. Over here on CiottiFPV.com, the second link now, the first link is just a link to the YouTube streams, and it's got my schedule on it here. So that anybody that makes their way directly to CiottiFPV.com can see when I am live streaming. I hope that's a good idea. I don't know. But Patreon, as you can see here, definitely helps me out the most. And like I said a second ago, by joining the Patreon, you can get in on 1 or 3 of tonight's giveaways, in addition to the 4th giveaway, which is open to everybody. There are tiers over on my Patreon. There's a $3 a month tier, which is 10 cents a day, which is just general admission. You get all the normal benefits. I've got a ton of tech articles over on the Patreon page. You're going to get access to 2 Facebook groups, full access to the Discord channel, which is going to allow you to get on really cool stuff like the Stick and Dick End Fund. There are no dick ends, I promise, but there are a bunch of stick ends. I have boxes of every single M3 and every single M4 stick end that you can buy. When you buy a stick end, because the picture of it looks cool, when you receive it, a lot of times you don't like it or it doesn't work with your transmitter. So I bought them all so that you don't have to, and you can rent this box out from me if you're a patron. And then you can get this box in the mail with all the stick ends that you can use for like a week or 2. Put them all on your transmitter, see if you like them, see if they work with your transmitter, and then send it to the next person. One of the many things that you get access to by joining the Patreon. If you join the $5 a month tier, you'll be entered to win toothpick and Cinewhoop parts. If you join the $10 a month tier, you'll be entered to win 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop parts. $20 a month tier is for 5-inch parts, and there's a $30 and up tier, $30 and up. You're going to be entered to win all the stuff. So if you just fly Cinewhoops, you can just enter to win the Cinewhoop stuff. If you just fly Cinewhoops and you just want to enter for the Cinewhoop stuff, but you want to support me for $10 a month, you can do that. Just join the Cinewhoop $5 a month tier, and then it'll allow you to manually change the amount of money. So if you think that, as Joshua says, I've earned, more than the tier that you join, you can do that. You can just change the donation amount. Much like Joshua, I am completely funded by you beautiful people. This way, when I review something, there's no ulterior motive. It's not like, so-and-so sent me this, so I don't want to piss them off, so I'm not going to trash on it because I need them to send me something else to survive. Yeah. Also, like PBS, I rely on beautiful viewers like you. And that way, you get completely honest Aaron Ciotti cursing, screaming, yelling, peeing his pants. Bunch of other ways that you can support me by treating yourself are heading over to Etsy and getting some stickers or some random hardware, working one-on-one with me through Fiverr, or you can just message me to schedule it if you don't want Fiverr to take, they take a small cut, but the Fiverr's messaging service kind of sucks, so I would prefer that you just like hit me on Instagram or Facebook here, and we'll just schedule it, and then you can just PayPal me. But yeah, the three main things that I think I offer a lot of value with, which I have put up on Fiverr, are flight instruction to help you fly better, tuning instruction to tune your rigs and teach you how to tune them moving forward. I don't want to have like constant tuning sessions with you, so I teach you and I put you on a path so that for the future you can adjust the sliders, since it's so easy now, to keep it tuned if you change motors, props, frames, such and so. And build planning. Build planning is really the big one. I've been doing this for over 6 years. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on gear that catches on fire. Let me help you not waste your time and money on that gear. I guarantee you will spend a lot less money on me than you will buying garbage that could, like, worst case scenario, hurt somebody. Like, your shit catches on fire in midair and falls 100 feet on somebody's head. It ain't gonna be a great day. And then there's also Teespring if you want some lovely shirts and or tote bags and or there's a bunch of other random stuff there. So yeah, lots of ways that you can support me. You can directly support me by hitting the PayPal button and just sending me some damn money. That's always fun. Send me a question, send me whatever. And then look at all these affiliate links. These help out a ton. Affiliate links are free money, man. If you're buying something on the internet and you're not using an affiliate link, there's a content creator somewhere that's going to starve to death and die, and it's going to be your fault. And that sucks. So, you know, think about that. Think about dying content creators the next time that you buy something on the internet. This is a BQE shirt. It's a Ripsqueak shirt. Bill sent this to me a while back very kindly, and I absolutely love it. Bill went ham on these shirts, man. He had like custom labels printed on them and shit. Really, really cool. Really nice shirts. I hope BQE comes back. Yeah, look at all these affiliate links, yo. If you're ever ordering on these websites and you hit my affiliate link before you check out, or if you just change your bookmarks to my affiliate links by like right-clicking these and clicking copy link address, I'll get a small percentage of your total order. You have to do it every time before you check out. When you check out, it wipes the affiliate link out. So that's why it's usually easier to like switch your bookmarks or your URL suggestions over to these links. But yeah, I've got affiliate links to Weebly FPV, Newbie Drone FPV Cycle, Amazon, Get FPV, Oh My God, HD Zero, Flywoo, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. Not that I've ever ordered from AliExpress. And then there's some other links down here that are just kind of fun and that you'll get a kick out of. So yeah, that's how you can support me. I do truly need everybody to do something. Hanging out is something. Clicking the thumbs up is something. Subscribing is something. Yeah, it's hard to be a full-time content creator in like a niche within a niche within a niche within a niche, which is what FPV is. And you know, FPV is not a free hobby. So I know you got a 10 extra cents a day. Join the Patreon, damn it. I promise you're gonna love what you get. We've been doing a good job getting like one new patron pretty much every live stream. Who's it gonna be tonight? Speaking of, there's been a little bit of a backlog. Lewis Barron jumped onto the Tiny Whoop and Toothpicks here. He's gonna be entered to win tonight. Thank you for doing that, Lewis. Welcome to the Gangly Gang. Who else? I got behind since I've been away a bunch of days here. Douglas Otwell as well. Welcome to the Gangly Gang, my friend. And then we've got a little bit of Sean Hennessy. Welcome to the gangliest of gangs. Iric Grepboy Toft as well. I've become friends with Iric on our Wednesday calls, Ultimate Shopping List calls with Joshua. He's a great dude and just a brilliant programmer. He has actually developed the FPVsearch.com website that Joshua talks about all the time. And he did a hell of a job on it. So welcome to all the new Gangly Gangers. Who's it gonna be tonight? I'll just wait. I can wait. I'm just gonna stare at my email. All right, well, that works too. Cliff Field will... you guys are the best. Cliff Field with a $5 PayPal. Let's see if he left a little note there. He says, cheers from New Zealand. Thank you, brother. So even if we don't get a new patron tonight, Cliff very kindly donated to the madness. Thank you, brother. What is that? Oh, okay. No. All right, friends. So, yeah, tonight's a giveaway stream. We're going to do that at around 11 Eastern. It's also a Q&A stream, as they all are. In the chat, if you have a question, all you need to do is type CiottiFPV. When you type CiottiFPV, it'll light up an orange like this, and that's how you get my attention. If you want to do a super chat, that's amazing. I love that, but you don't have to. You can just type my name, and when it lights up an orange, I'll know that you're talking to me, and I'll read your question and respond to the best of my ability. People in the chat will also respond, and one of the amazing things about this right here is that not my penis, you groups, fucks. This live stream right here is... Nobody was thinking it. Easy. Somebody was thinking it. You guys are gross. The crowd of folks that have latched on to me are kind of brilliant. We don't really cover like super intro level stuff here. I sometimes call this like FPV 102 or FPV 103. What I really get a kick out of and what I think I do best is helping you to refine your FPV experience or whatever. How do you make your build even better? Which motors are an even better match for your flight style? And so the folks that stick around are folks that are involved in that process, and so in the chat, you're going to get a lot of really good information. So if you tag me, or like if you forget to tag me and a bunch of people answer you, those are going to be better answers than you're going to get kind of anywhere else. Certainly than on Facebook. Be careful. Facebook is a place to get a lot of really shit information that's going to cost you money and time. So yeah, trust the folks in chat. They are brilliant. They pay attention. They've learned a ton. We've bounced ideas off each other. I've learned a ton from them. So yeah, hang out, enjoy the chat, enjoy the people. They also hang out over on the Discord channel, and there's lots of amazing info over there as well. There are a couple open to everyone, Discord text channels, and then there are some closed off ones for patrons. It's just my way of trying to get you to give me 10 cents a day so that I can keep doing this full time, because to do this full time, I can do a way better job at it. You know, if I can spend 40 or 50 or 60 hours a week doing this, rather than spending 40, 45 hours a week at a job and then struggling to put, 10 or 15 hours a week into this, you're going to get a much better live stream. So let's keep doing that, yo. What do you say? We'll work together and we'll do it, goddammit. Keith, without a last name, just joined the Patreon. Welcome to the Gangly Gang, Keith. Thank you, brother. So we did it. We got our fresh new patron tonight. Thank you, dude. In the chat, Punani was first, Frank Nicholas was next, Eric Mo, Bob Bruce, Kevin Sumner, Bob Noxious, Mav Who, Ethan W. Man, is it hard to read through these names when they're in different colors. Drew, Free Lojo, Riot 9. If you don't know what I mean by different colors, this is what I mean by different colors. This is a new thing that YouTube is doing that's just stupid. Free Lojo, Riot 9, Ethan W, Imp FPV, Flush FPV, Metalriskin, Ed K. In response to YouTube's stupidity, I'm just going to read one full page of names from now on. So if you want me to say your name out loud, you got to get in early on the live chat and say something. Bob Bruce tagged me and said, hope you had fun on your business trip. How's every gangly one doing? I had a great time, man. Flying professionally, it's the dream. It's very difficult and it's high risk and it's crazy stress. But it is the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life, to be completely honest. I don't know. I don't care what I have to do to make that happen. So one of the, I try to think of the mental illness shit that I've had to deal with forever as superpowers when at all possible. Sometimes it's harder to do that than other times, but one of the things that generalized anxiety disorder does for you is that it teaches you to deal with a million things going on in your head all the time. And what that allows you to do is handle like really stressful situations in a pretty decent way without like freaking out. Sometimes like if you're in a really bad anxiety state and then a whole bunch of stuff happens, it can lead to panic attacks and anxiety attacks, which are not fun at all. Some of you will know. But more often than not, for me at least, it does not lead to that. And I'm very lucky for that. I'm very lucky that when real life shit gets real, my brain is able to push all of the other unwanted thoughts aside and deal with the real life shit. And so, yeah, in really, really stressful, really high-paced environments, I tend to do really well. And my God, flying FPV professionally is certainly that. Like, you have people that you can't hit. You have, you know, in some cases, famous people that you really can't hit. There's always production problems going on. There's always time crunches. FPV tends to be like B-roll-ish stuff, so you're always like the last one getting like the extra 5 minutes at the end. If you're on like a music video set, for example. In this case, with this cycling race, there were just all kinds of issues with the TV truck. Long story short, you know, so this was put on by a very serious organization with some of the most talented people on Earth, doing the live stream camera people, like sports camera people that have filmed like the Pope, and like the Olympics and F1. I mean, like some of the most talented people literally on Earth, like really, really, really amazing group of people that I've been lucky enough to work with on, this is now the third event. Anniston, Alabama was the first one almost exactly a year ago. Salt Lake City towards the end of last year. Those were both ACC, American Crit, which is short for Criterium Cup. This event, this is a new organization, NCL, but they got the same crew, which was amazing. Really good idea. So they do this all out of a multi-million-dollar TV truck. And that TV truck has countless systems all tied in, layered on top of one another to be able to do the quality of show that they put on. And one of the most important things is that TV truck does not completely lose power, because then the sync between all of those different systems is lost. And apparently what's been going on is that Sunbelt, I think is the name of the company, welcome to Subscriber Land. I was going to say the Gangly Gang, but you got to join the Patreon to get in the Gangly Gang, Super 6. Thanks for subscribing, Super 6. Yeah, so Sunbelt now apparently has basically a monopoly. They've chased all of the other generator companies out of business. So if you need a generator, you kind of have to go to Sunbelt. And apparently now, since they know they don't have any competition, they're charging like exponentially more money, and they're offering much shittier service to you. And the last bunch of live streaming events have been a nightmare because of this, because Sunbelt has had their systems go down overnight all the way. And that happened to us, unfortunately. Even though, like, Friday night, the guys spent like a half an hour making it very obvious that could not happen, and figuring out backup plans on top of backup plans on top of backup plans. But yeah, unfortunately, it didn't help. Power went out overnight, so Saturday was a mess. And the worst part of that was that they couldn't get the audio completely figured out by the beginning of the live stream, and there was a 4-second delay in the audio. And because of that, NCL is kind of getting hammered. I mean, like, you know, it was their first event. They've thrown a ton of money and effort at it. And, like, the one piece of content that's up on media around this event, every single comment, other than one comment, saying, wow, the drone footage was great, or something along those lines. Every single other comment is, what a piece of shit. I mean, some of them were like bitching about the format, which is interesting and different. Basically, normal Criterium cycling races you can think of as NASCAR. It's a closed circuit and they do laps. And that's pretty cool because you can have spectators that get to see the riders more than once. A lot of cycling stuff is point A to point B. So you set up, you see everybody rip by, and that's it, you go home. So the Criterium races are really fun. This new NCL league, typical Criterium races will have a couple of sprints, but they'll run for like an hour, and then the winner is the person mainly that comes across the finish line first at the end of the race. The sprints, they'll do like 2 or 3 sprints in the middle, and you can get a couple of points for the sprints, but the leader of the race at the end, they get the most points, flat out. That's how most races work, right? Well, NCL is doing something a little different to try to keep the energy up throughout the race, and what they're saying is every single time across the start-finish line, first, second, and third place get points. And so the entire race is that way. So the last lap pretty much doesn't matter unless somehow there are 2 teams that are close enough that the first, second, third place, and it's only a couple of points. I don't know what it actually is. It might just be 3 points for first place, 2 points for second, 1 point for third. I'm not sure. But the other thing they're doing differently is it's completely team-based. Criterium Cup is like F1, where there is like a team element to it, but there's also individual riders. So there's like a winner, there's like a winning rider. NCL is not doing that. It's completely team-based. So if you've got one rider on your team that can come through first every single lap, your entire team wins, which is super interesting. That doesn't happen because apparently when you're in the draft in cycling, you use 35 to 40% less energy. So it's just impossible for what, so the whole team does have to be strong. But, it's super interesting that they've done it that way, and it's a really different format. OG cyclists don't seem to really like this format yet. To me, it feels like this format is more to generate new folks. It's almost like standard Criterium is Formula One or every single other non-US based racing series, and then NCL is NASCAR and or Indy Cup. And those of you that know anything about racing will know exactly what I'm saying by that. But in the grand scheme of things, like, that's a good thing. Like, NASCAR, even though it's primarily kind of redneck based, it brings a lot of new people into motorsports and racing that previously would not have. So I think that NCL is a really good thing, and I hope that they do succeed. They certainly have a ton of money being poured into it, which is a good sign. Something of this size is going to need that. So yeah, I have high hopes because it's not like, yeah. Cycle racing is something that I never had any interest in, but now that I've been around it, it's really cool, man. The cyclists tend to be very liberal, which of course I love. And they just seem to be kind of cool people. They're more similar to us than you'd think. They're kind of gear whores in the same way that we are. The bikes have a lot of cool tech on them, a lot of carbon fiber, a lot of engineering, and it does make a difference. So yeah, they're really cool people, and I would love to see NCL succeed. Of course, because I want to continue to fly at their events, but also because it's more of a good thing. So there's some background on NCL. For me, my part of it is that I'm their live drone pilot. We were sub 250, of course, because we were flying over people. It's a little bit of a gray area because we are technically flying above. So, the FAA's rules say flying above people for extended periods of time, which we're not really doing. Like, the rider comes under and then they're pretty much gone, and I'm usually not right on top of them. Like, I'm usually chasing, but you know, we always err on on the side of safety, of course. So we stay sub 250. The star of the show, for sure, was the QAV Cine. This is the original one, the Freybot design with the cool, fancy, I forget what, neo chrome finished standoffs. There's a version 2 of this that you can buy. It's a little expensive. It's an $85 frame. The new version is over on Get FPV. I think it's still called the QAV Cine. This thing performed phenomenally, which is no surprise. This is a Ryan Harrell designed frame. Ryan Harrell runs FPV why can't I think of the name of Ryan's website right now? Mini Quad Test Bench, MQTB. And Ryan is the most knowledgeable person that we've got in terms of motors and ESCs. A couple of years ago, he started doing frame design, and he does a hell of a job. This is basically just a Vista carrying setup. The Vista is the payload for this, and that's how we're able to keep it under 250. I actually set this up right before the event with dual receivers, so this actually also now has Express LRS. I ended up needing to tear this apart. We talked about this previous to the event. I was not planning on taking this apart to put the receiver in it, but it was not flying right. Huge shout out to Brandon's Baked Beans for taking hours out to help me with some black box logs to figure out what the fuck was going on with this thing. First, we thought it was a gyro problem. I switched the flight controller. It didn't get any better. It ended up being an ESC problem. I had a Speedix GS25 in it, and apparently it was just putting so much noise into the system that for some reason the pitch axis was having a really hard time. And after switching the ESC, it cleaned up, thank God. This was an absolute rock star all day. I ran it on Crossfire all day. At these events, the RF is unreal. The TV truck has mega antennas. They're banging 3G all over the place. They've got tons of comms that are on all kinds of different weird frequencies. Some of the cameras are wired through fiber. Some of them are wireless. It's just a super struggle. 900 megahertz, which is Crossfire, obviously, is as far away from all of their garbage as possible. Unfortunately, 900 megahertz, though, gets blasted in the ass by cell towers. So that's the thing that you just have to stay away from. Luckily, cell towers are pretty obvious, so you can just walk, and anybody who's following me on Instagram got to see me do it in my stories, walk my entire flight path and just look for cell towers. And by just figuring out where they were, I knew where not to fly at rooftop level, because they always... not always, but they usually put cell towers up on the rooftops. And cell towers will not really blast Crossfire out of the air unless you're at some distance and you go perfectly level with them. That's the only thing you need to know. Like most antennas, the radiation pattern is a donut, where it's really strong, flat with the antenna, and then it gets less and less and less as you go up. So, yeah, Crossfire is completely fine with cell antennas as long as you do not fly perfectly level with them and you're not relatively close to them and far away from yourself. Just think their noise has to be louder than your noise. It was not that big of a problem. I had Crossfire down on like 500 milliwatts, I think, and I was completely fine. If they'd wanted me to fly 2 more blocks down, which I was cleared to fly, I would have bumped up to 1 watt. But luckily there was like a 2 to 2.5 block run where they just needed me to cover, and they were just like, we just want you to focus on that. And that worked out absolutely perfect. DJI behaved really well. Crossfire behaved really well. It ran perfectly. This build has Xing 1504s, which unfortunately are no longer available. I was running Gemfan 2540s, which are very dirty now. I was going to test if these Gemfan 2540s did not have enough power, I was going to try the Gemfan 3-bladed duct-specific 63 millimeter propellers, but these had just enough. With the men's, when the men were running at full sprint, I was at about 80%, maybe 85% throttle. Just like, I mean, there's a couple videos that I'll be posting soon on Instagram stories where you see this thing come by like this. Which is kind of fine because for the men's race, I turned my up tilt up quite a bit. So even when the thing is up like this, you know, my subject is down here, so it's kind of looking forward and it's looking down on him, which is what we want. We want to show, like, you know, there's two cyclists. We want to show who's in the lead, right? Like, I don't necessarily, like, it's fun, and every once in a while I'll spice it up by dropping down next to him and, like, showing a side shot of the bike. But what we want to see is like looking down to see what's going on here, right? If there's a bunch of riders, like who's in the lead, who's dipping into the draft and whatnot. So it did run really well. I will admit though that I do want to try some different frames. I actually messaged Rosser on Discord today, and I asked him if he could please put the weights of his frames up on his website. I've had a couple of tabs opened here for AOS frames, and I have not bought them yet. Over like the last year that he's been making frames rather. I have not bought a single one of his frames because I don't know what they weigh, and that's the most important thing about a frame. And so like every time I go to buy one of his frames, I look for the weight and there is no weight. And then I go, well, I'm not buying it. Like, if you don't tell me what it weighs, like, sorry, but I'm just not buying it. So, yeah, hopefully he'll add weights on these frames. Although, to be really honest, even if he doesn't add a weight to this frame, I think I'm still going to get it. This is his version of a 2.5-inch prop, carbon fiber guarded frame. So here's the deal. At all of these events, there's wind. And when I'm trying to track a perfectly straight line above these cyclists to avoid, you know, the crowd on either side, the railings, the fucking scaffolding for the start-finish line, because they always want me to rip through the scaffolding because it's cool looking. And then there's other cameramen. In this event's case, there was a cameraman up on a boom operator that was like a half a block past the finish line, who I had to either go over or under. If I went over him, there was a cell tower, like a couple buildings down. Not a cell tower, cell antennas, a couple buildings down, so I preferred to go under him, but he was like at a perfectly weird height where like there wasn't a huge gap between the bottom of him and the riders' heads. So a frame like this is kind of the way to go. FAA's rules for even Category 1 sub 250 drones state that there cannot be... Man, I knew the wording exactly last week from dealing with this nonsense, but basically it says that there cannot be anything external that could cause lacerations. I think you can kind of read that as foldable props are okay. Unfortunately, there are no foldable props that are T-mount, that are tri-blade with enough pitch to get the job done, really. So I can't figure out another solution. This is the best, most aerodynamic solution that I can figure out, that's going to deal with a cross breeze. The thing that I was really worried about is that the main drag that we were flying is here, the beach is over here, and so the wind is going to be coming off the water, and it most certainly was. So the wind's going to be coming off the water, pushing sideways into this thing. So when you look at side profile wise, this is what we want, right? Like a normal, a standard guarded or ducted frame, as I found out with the Cinesplores, gets just mangled by that crosswind. So this style of frame, I think, and I am going to try it the other way. Somebody a while ago did send me a AOS 35, which I wanted to get this built ahead of time, but I ran out of time. I am going to try at the next event, which is in Denver, Colorado, this rig with these GEP-RC 3-inch prop guards on it. It won't be under 250, but you know. So we'll see. I mean, the side profile of this, it's pretty drastically different, right? Like this is this is not going to perform as well, but I'm still curious to see how this performs. And I have been wanting to build this frame up. So yeah, but I'm most excited about this AOS Cine 25 because it'll be fully, I think, I don't know what it weighs, so I hope I can get it under sub 250, but you know, this, and maybe this, hold on, let me see what this duct weighs. Maybe I'm wrong. There's a chance that this could be built sub 250. One single gep. Okay. 6.5 grams. That's not bad. 620. Maybe I can get this. Okay. Okay. Be wrong, people. See, look at that. I was potentially completely wrong, and nothing happened. No piano fell from the ceiling. Be wrong. Be wrong all the time, friends. And then learn from it. And admit to it. It's important. It's important to be wrong. Nothing bad will happen, I promise. So yeah, that's one of the sort of plans for next time. I'm just going to keep kind of trying different things to sort of refine this. To get, yeah, to have the best possible sub 250 rig. Technically, yes, I could put in I could do like a waiver request to ask to fly category 2, which is north of 250 grams. But you know, you got to do that 90 days in advance, and that's just insane. They might as well just say no. So yeah, that's never gonna happen. It's just, yeah, it's just, FAA just, you know, they're dicks. Let me get caught up in chat. So yeah, I got carried away there, but you knew I was gonna get carried away and talk all about it. ImpFPV says hello, CiottiFPV and all the rest. Jason Black says help. Off access drop in the CiottiFPV.com link. Thank you, dude. Not of This World says, how do you not start racing the bikers when you're doing that? Oh, I'm racing the bikers. As an old street racer, I couldn't resist walking them once in a while. Oh, right. Because you're there, because you're getting paid very well to do a job. That's how. But at previous events, I was playing around a little bit more with coming past them and then trying to turn with them. At this event, we lost a camera that was on that was on turn 4, which was, my zone was right after turn 4. So it was even more important at this event for me to just keep coverage at all times for them to be able to cut to. So I was not playing any games at this event. I played it very safe. Also, the city was being so insane that I kept it super safe. And just got, like, definitely not boring. Definitely not boring coverage, but less, yeah, I took less chances. I went less crazy, so that they had me as often as possible. And after the event, the director, Chris Lincoln, who is just one of the most talented directors for these live sporting events, the guy has done the Olympics, he's done like everything. He was like, dude, you were unbelievable. He's like, you didn't miss you were there every single time. You didn't miss a single one. I don't know how you did it with the battery changes, because they can see me changing batteries. And with the headwind, I was only getting 2 runs per, and then I was having to come in and change batteries. On the slightly bigger battery, I was able to get 3 runs in, but they can see every single time that I come in to change batteries. And he was just, he was just like, I don't know how the hell you did it, man, but you saved our asses so many times without that camera on that corner. And, you know, as always, the footage looked insane and your angles are great and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I'm glad that I kind of made that decision. Once I found out that camera was down, I was like, yep, nope. I'm going to be, and I mean, so that camera was supposed to shoot down in between turns 3 and 4. And so we had no coverage in between 3 and 4. So they would have to leave camera 3 on to show all the bikers' asses, which doesn't tell you anything because you can't see who's in front, right? You always want to be looking at them to see who's in front. So they would have to take, he would have to have me hover up on corner 4 because my approved flight zone would not go around the corner. I could have easily bounced signal around the corner, but the city would not allow me to go beyond VLOS at all. So I was having to hover just right on that corner to give them some shot, and they would hang on that camera on turn 3 as long as possible and then cut to me because I didn't have a great shot because I had up tilt. So I was having to hover relatively low. Well, once you hover low, you can only see the first couple of guys, but it was something. Other than that, they would have to just get stupid crowd shots of just every lap, and that's not what you want. So they were cutting to me real early and then having the riders come in, and then I would rotate real nice with the riders and then pick the lead group up. And I mean, it just worked great. And it actually, it kind of looked nice. Usually they'll hang with the static camera around the corner, but it was kind of cool. And I got used to it. I got used to doing like a little horseshoe and then rocking with them. And then you can watch the drone kind of pick up speed. And I try not to roll a lot, right? I don't want to give them like lots of Dutch angle, but in doing this little roll, it really worked with the way the riders would like lean back into the corner and then it would pick up. It was just really, really, really cool looking. Let me actually play this short video of the highlights. They're gonna get me the event coverage in a Google Drive at some point here, the full event coverage. But there is this little short highlights thing up here that is not working all of a sudden. Okay, apparently their website's now down. That's awesome. Maybe I'm not gonna play. Wait, no. I watched it on YouTube. It's in my history. Hold on. That just links to YouTube library, or no, history. And so let me just throw this on to give you guys some idea. There it is. Round 1 highlights. Let me mute this real quick. No. Okay. Why is it not? Oh, it's ad blocker is not. So there I am, yo. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this roll and I'll jibber jabber over it as I always do. I don't know why the truck didn't do a better job with the color grade on my camera. I mean, you'll see static camera shots in a second. I mean, we are comparing a $50 camera here to a $10,000. That's what a $10,000 camera looks like. So yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it looked better than this in my goggles, but the truck is filled with really professional dudes. So I don't know. I'm confused as to why it looks so sort of washed out. And I wish they'd told me because like I could have pushed no, I guess it's not. It's just he did say it got really bad when we were going in and out of buildings. And I mean, that's just, you know what I need is a lens hood. And you know they fucking sell them too. I never thought about that. So the problem is the direct sunlight hitting my lens, and it's yeah. So I absolutely need, and I have to do this right now, because I will forget. DJI FPV camera lens protector TPU. I think that'll find it. Yep. Okay, so I just need to leave this open. I need some sort of, just any sort of a lens hood. Can't really run an actual lens hood because it's such a wide angle. It's such a wide field of view, but this will do something, this little protector. So yeah, I need to get one of these. Actually, what I should do, so this is a lens protector. Lens hoods. Do I have a lens hood around here somewhere? I do. Lens hoods are typically not round like that. So with a lens hood, you can make you can punch it out a little bit farther because it shoots in a rectangle. So the corners, you don't, in the corners of the view, you have to cut it down because it's the widest in the corners. But then on the flat spots on the side here, you can bump it up a little bit. So this is basically what I want. And I'm going to talk to Brian from Brain 3D to see if he's willing to do a proper lens hood like this for the DJI camera. I'll see if I can sweet talk him into it. And then, because yeah, that's what I need. And the truck did, like I said, the truck did specifically mention that. They're like, we were able to. Now it makes total sense. He was saying that we were able to grade you, but then when the light would hit you, it would go to hell. And the DJI, when the light would hit the DJI, it's trying to adjust too, so they can't. Yeah, so that makes sense. Okay, but so let me just leave this opened. But it doesn't matter quite as much when the camera is chasing these guys from 50 feet up at speed, watching them do the sprints. So yeah, everybody still had great things to say about it. It's so drastic. Yeah, the problem is $10,000 cameras versus $50 cameras. That's the problem. Like, this is a full tilt cinematic level, big boy, nasty camera, and this is a toy grade piece of shit. So kind of is what it is. Maybe I think I'm also going to play around with some different lenses. See if I can get a little bit better quality with... I have a box of M12 threaded lenses. And maybe I'll play around a little bit and see if any of those have slightly better quality than the DJI lens that they put on there. Although everybody has always said that the OG DJI camera and lens setup... See, that's what I'm talking about right there. So that's what I was just telling you guys about. Like, it really worked the way, like, picking up a little bit of momentum with them. It doesn't read as, like, this weird Dutch angle. So, yeah, man, it went really well. This is the men, and, like, just look at them picking up speed. Look at them walking me. Watch the horizon line. Like, watch me struggling to keep up, right? Look, the horizon line's up there, trying to frame the shot. But they're sprinting to get to the finish line. So they're changing from, like, 20 miles an hour to 25 to 30 to, in some cases, 35 miles an hour. And I'm trying to not, like, I can't just do the freestyle thing and bury the nose and hammer it, like, because then I'm looking at the ground. So it's this really cool challenge. And here's the boom operator. Right there, you see him? So here's the boom operator that I'm trying to not hit every time. And then you can't quite see it, but I think this was the building here that had a cell tower on the roof that I was really trying to not get knocked out of the air from. Although maybe it was I knew it the day of. I can't. Yeah, no, it was down here. So yeah, pretty challenging kind of flight area, but it went unbelievably well. I mean, the truck was a nightmare. Thank God I was not in the truck. I was lucky enough to be outside of it while they were trying to fix everything. And they did an amazing job. They did as best they possibly could. And yeah, so here's the link to this. It's going to start 14 seconds in. I don't feel like getting the full link. Just rewind it. Yeah, it was... it's what I want to do, man. This is what I want to do. And I'm very hopeful that they used... So the previous events, they didn't use nearly as much of my footage, but because that camera went down, they had to cut to me every fucking lap. And it's interesting, man. Like, when you guys have probably had this experience at some point or another, like, people don't understand drones, but then after they see what we do, they're like, oh shit, they're like in awe of us. Like, how the fuck do you do that, right? Well, when my footage is getting broadcast up on like a, I don't know, 20 foot high, 20 foot high mega LED screens in front of thousands of people, it's just like, holy shit. Like, people see me walking around with DJI goggles, they're just like, oh my God, was that you? And it's just like, you just become like this hero superstar thing, and it's super flattering and like super amazing. But like, I don't know, man. I'm hoping that enough people saw enough of this drone footage that they just want more of it. With what I learned specifically hanging out with like the main guys the main crew guys from this is that none of the sports organizations are all just basically afraid of drones. And that's why we don't see more FPV in live event settings like this. But they are relaxing with it. And I'm hoping that that will lead to more work for me and hopefully work for you guys as well. So keep the micro shit going, because doing this stuff with rigs that are north of 250 is way more difficult. And I mean, this was plenty difficult, mainly because it was Miami Beach, and they just are sick of people filming in their town, and specifically sick of drones. But yeah, it is way, way, way more challenging to do live FPV flying like this legally, above 250 grams. So you beautiful bastards are in a really good place because you've been paying attention, to know what frames, what motors, what props, what batteries are going to be able to do this, and remain legal. So yeah, man. Hopefully we're all doing it in a year from now, because every single live sporting event should have a sub 250 rig in the air. There's no other way that you can get it's you guys know. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell you that the value of a fucking floating safe camera. And the O3 system is going to be even better because it's got the built-in image stabilization and just, 1080 instead of 720. But even the Vistas, I mean, it's just phenomenal. Like this was basically an infinite budget, right? Like NCL hired the best people that they could to do this. Money, no object. Multi-million-dollar TV truck. This is the biggest TV truck I've ever seen. This is the most experienced crew ever, and we did it on the Vista, and everybody was thrilled by it. So like, no real need for the O3 system. Sure, once it's like locked down and there's a good way to do it, we'll move over to that. But most of you guys have Vistas, so you have the ability to do this and for it to look really, really good. At the beginning of the stream, like I said, it was just warm-up session. I'm seeing somebody's comment. Let me get caught back up. It's already 11 o'clock. Let me get caught up on chat, and then we'll do giveaways. Justin the guy says, evening all. How the hell have you been? I've been really good, man. Hope you have as well. CV says that's a long straight. The straight was from 13th Street. Technically, my flight path was from 13th to 8th. So I could have gone 5 full blocks, but they didn't need me towards the end. They had good static camera coverage towards the end, and they weren't sprinting towards the end. They were sprinting in my zone, and then they would chill out from the start-finish line to turn 1. So there wasn't a whole lot for me to cover. Like, I was covering the super exciting sprint area, and god damn, it just worked out perfect. It really did. So yeah, 661 says hi. Ramdonko says well done, thank you, dude. Marcel Alfax is dropping the CiottiFPV.com link. Punani says yes. Kevin Sumner says no colored names here. Yeah, you guys don't get the colored names, but I do, which is super annoying because I don't want them. Bob Knox is dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, dude. Bob Knox is also dropping the Fiverr link. Thank you again. 661 says, is that a BQE shirt? We talked about that. YouTube just did the thing. Scrolling back up to try to find my place. 661 says I saw you got third in the bike race. Yeah, there's a shot. They had a static camera pointing down at the start finish line, and there's a shot of one biker, so it's looking down, and you get one biker, you get two biker, and then here's me coming blasting by in third place, which was super cool. All right, scrolling up, trying to find my place. There we go. Matt Dirksen says you got a light flipping on and off somewhere over your right shoulder. Right shoulder, light flipping on and off. I'm assuming it's done. Oh, shitters. Yeah, sorry, friends. That's this. It's actually a light that's up here. Forgot to turn it on to constant red mode. My bad. That was probably driving you guys crazy. Mav Who says, what is your favorite tiny whoop for freestyle that I don't have to build? Mobula 6 ELRS. Head on over to Joshua's website, fpvknowitall.com. Go into the tiny whoop section. I've done pretty much that entire tiny whoop section. There's a bunch of bind and flies and a description on each one that I've written to kind of break down their strengths and weaknesses. But yeah, short answer is Mobula 6 ELRS with the highest KV motors that you can find it with. If you can find it with the 26,000 KV motors, get it fast because they sell out really quick. Ethan W says, finally built a 75mm whoop to get back into tiny whoops. Freestyle is so much fun. It is indeed. Wait till you build a high KV 65mm rig for indoor stuff. You'll really go crazy. Boondock Striker says, what do you think of the Hall gimbals for QX7? I broke a switch on it. Do they make metal switches? They don't make metal switches, but the Hall gimbals are absolutely like important. The regular non-Hall gimbals will fail pretty quickly. So get the Hall gimbals in there as soon as possible. They'll last a lot longer. And they're just better. Like there's less friction to them, which is what you want. June Loco says, my SPI went out on my Mobula 6 ELRS. Good old trusty Crossfire came through back in the air. Nice. Bob Noxious says, you were right. I had a blast at the office park in Charlotte. Uncle Stewie named it after you. Nice. That's a cool little office park for sure. Did you go into the little area that I spent all of my time in, the little half pipe? 661 says, blinky light over your right shoulder. Ram Douglas says, all blue names here. Had to get rid of autoplay again recently. 661 says, I still got third in bike race. 661 also says, on-road cyclists are known as roadies to off-road non-bikers. LOL. Kevin Sumner says, I've heard Amazon Sidewalk is turning up more devices. It's on 900 megahertz. That sucks. I really wanted to test Express LRS there, but it was just really hot, and I would have had to do it with Speedy B. Next time. With the city was just being so crazy about stuff that I didn't want to risk anything. So this was not the event to go screwing around. I didn't put the cheater rig up in the air once. I was just playing it super safe at this event. It was Miami Beach. There were fucking people everywhere. Miami Beach is rad, by the way, especially if like you're very loving and accepting of the LGBTQ community. Miami Beach is rad. It's I can't wait to go back with Maggie. It's a thing, man. And like you literally feel like you're on a movie set because you kind of are. Like Birdcage was filmed right in front of where we were. So many movies have been filmed there. It's really incredibly the Art Deco architecture is just amazing. Maybe that's just for me. I love that mid-century mod kind of style. So I don't know. Maybe you guys wouldn't have as good of a time, but really cool town, amazing food. Just a fucking blast. I can't wait to go back. Kevin Sumner says, I have weights on a lot of AOS frames. Do you really? Thank you, dude. Can you share them? Although I more just want him to do it so that they're up there because it's insane that they're not. I've kind of gotten over in hearing from people that have said that AOS frames are like a nightmare to live with and work on. I'm kind of over it. But the AOS Cine 25, I'm very interested in. So I'm just going to get it because there really aren't many other frames that fit the bill for what I'm looking to do here. But it would be a nice thing to have, I guess, if Chris refuses to do it for some strange reason. ImpFPV says, have you looked at the frame JB posted today with the integrated naked GoPro? I had not. I am halfway through that video. Unfortunately, there is no way to do what I need to do with that build here in the US. It is too heavy. It will be too heavy once you put prop guards on it. And it's got a much smaller motor. That's a little 1404 motor, and it's running a much smaller battery. So yeah, that will not work. Sub 250 is tough, man. This thing, it's a miracle that this is sub 250. And it's only sub 250 with a 4S 550 mAh battery. So yeah, 250 is really, really, really rough. if you want to get the runtime and the performance. That rig that what's it called? The Red Kite XD REI. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. And it would be really nice to be able to pull a memory card from a frame and have a PA run it into the truck for GoPro footage. But to be honest, they don't really want or need that. Like, that would be really nice, but it would be nicer to have a frame that performs better, is safer, and yeah, that's kind of what I've built here to get the live footage. The live footage is what they want. So yeah, that build is very cool. Very, very cool. But it does not work here in the US. Because of the part of the rules that say cannot have any externally rotating parts, I believe it is, that could cause lacerations. So yeah, basically that frame would need to have longer arms that would that could clear 3.5-inch propellers, so that you could then bolt some sort of a guard onto. We just weighed those guards, and they're 6.5 grams each, so 24, 25, 26 extra grams. And then they're going to kill the flight performance, so now you're going to have to run a bigger battery and bigger motors, and now it's going to be way the hell over 250. So yeah, that Red Kite XDREI rig benefits from no prop guards in a big way. That's the only way that powertrain can do what it does. And I'm assuming that, I guess those guys are German. I'm assuming that in Germany they don't have the same laws that we do regarding that. So yeah, that build won't really work for me or for us here in the US, but I love that it exists. And that mount that they've got for that external GoPro's lens module is absolutely brilliant. Tommy did that forever ago. So Tommy's rig, wow, it's been so long, I don't even remember what it's called. Somebody in chat will type it. Tommy's rig with that setup is what we would need to do here in the US. And the performance would be completely different than what that rig is. The reason why that Red Kite rig flies the way it does is that there's nothing outside the propellers. So yeah. But love that it exists. Love that somebody's doing something like that. That's rad. I love it. And the fact that the way that they mounted that GoPro mainboard to the top plate with a BT 2.0 connector, ooh man, that is fucking great. That is a really, really, really cool setup. Gamagonad says, I will weigh the Cine 25 frame with the 9-gram RCN Power 1207s mounted. It's a lightweight antenna mount. I was just about to throw it together. Very cool. Thank you, dude. Although you don't even need to. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna do it because I'm not gonna. So the new version of this frame doesn't have significant enough changes for me to do it. So I'm just gonna get the AOS frame to see if it's any better than this. I don't think it will be, and I actually think it's going to be overweight. I think I'm going to have to run a smaller motor on that frame, but that's kind of okay because I do want to evaluate the 1504's performance versus a 1404. On that frame, on the AOS Cine, whatever the hell it is, I'm going to have to run a 1404, but I'm going to run a 1404 that's higher KV. So I'm going to have a lower KV 1504 versus a higher KV 1404. And I kind of can't wait to see the difference between the two of them. And I just have to have a backup for this. The Cinesplorers are great and all, but they're over 250, so they're a different kind of thing. Metadirtson says, you have props out on that one. Does the supposed props in advantage only apply to fully ducted quads? Great question, Metal. So last week, on the way up to this event, I did a bunch of testing, props in versus props out. Absolutely, hands down, fully ducted rig, props in terms of dropping elevation, is a night and day difference. I retested that. We've talked about that in the past. If you've got a Cinewhoop that's fully prop guarded or fully ducted and it's props out, and you don't like the way that it performs when you drop altitude, it ramps up, change it to props in, and all's right with the world. What I think I did notice, though, is that, and I could be wrong here, but I think that props out is more efficient when you're cruising. And so that's why this guy is actually on props out right now. But also, the other reason this is on props out is that this is not fully guarded. Like this does not have the advantage of a duct to, well, not advantage is not the right word. This does not have the aerodynamics, that's the right word, of a fully guarded rig. And this thing props out, drops elevation completely fine. So losing elevation seems to be the big thing that props in is the is really better with. I absolutely am going to be testing props in versus props out on this to get an idea on efficiency, because that's really important. I just ran out of time. So yeah, more testing on that coming for sure. Also more testing on elevation drop. Basically, I set this up props in. I did the elevation drop test. I set it up props out. I did the elevation drop test. It didn't seem to be drastically different. I said to hell with it, because on the other rigs, I thought that I saw an efficiency difference, an efficiency decrease when going props out to props in. The cheater rig was still props out. I hadn't changed it, and I went to props in, and I think it was the battery. I think it was the battery that I flew, but there was a drastic decrease in the testing I was doing, the very unscientific testing I was doing in front of the house on run times. But I had so much other things going on that I just couldn't keep that test going, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to leave that props in, I'm going to leave this props out, I know it works, let's just rock it and get the rigs working. So I flew out on Thursday. On Tuesday of last week, all three of these rigs that I needed to bring were in pieces. So it was just an absolute mad dash scramble to get them going. Again, huge shout out to Brandon's Baked Beans. If you need help tuning, he charges $1 a minute, which is super cheap. Jesus, is that cheap. He has an FPV exchange page, and he's also on our Discord all the time. Look him up on Discord, Brandon's Baked Beans. He's an awesome guy. He will hook you up, get you tuned up better than you could ever imagine. He does use black box for tuning, which I do not, which is why when there's a really challenging tuning situation, I turn to him for help. Gamma Gonad says, got that one. Kevin Sumner says, how many of each battery do you bring to these races? What C do you recharge the batteries at? I bring 8 to 10 batteries, and then basically the cycle is like 4 and 4, and then there's a couple extras floating around. I have 2 chargers. One of the chargers has a parallel board, a JB 4S parallel board. The chargers max out with 4S batteries at 3.4 amps. So I just run them full blast all the time. I actually set them to 4 amps, and then they just max out at like 3.4. So the chargers are always working as hard as they can. The parallel board, we use the poly fuses so that we can plug batteries in with the balance lead first, kind of like on the fly. When I say we, huge shout out to Aerobrat, AEROBRAT, Keith Pomeroy. I mentioned on one of the live streams, like, hey, if you're in Miami and you're around on such and such a date, message me. He came out and helped me out. He was basically my PA for the day, and he was wrangling batteries and telling people to get the hell out of the way when I was coming into to land. Him and his wife were hanging out. It was just amazing to have them. Huge thank you to him. Yeah, so it's like, basically when there were 2 dead batteries, it's get them both on the parallel charger. Third battery goes up in the air when that and turn it on. Third battery comes in, plug it in on the balance lead. That'll trip the poly fuses at 1 amp to bring that up, and then plug the XT30 lead in. And then you've got 3 of them banging away, and then the 4th battery comes in. That goes on the individual charger, which will ramp all the way up to 3.4 and fast charge that one. And then you run through the other, and then you're into your last 4 batteries. I am going to be buying some more batteries for this. It would be nicer to have a couple of more. It's interesting because you would think that like I would want 2 parallel chargers, but and I tried that for the Salt Lake City event, but what happens is you get stuck with one charger that's able to just punch through at 3.4. That'll bring a battery up really quick. Well, when you have 2 parallel charges up, it brings them up slower, and you can get into a situation where you don't have any batteries that are fully charged, and now you got to pull batteries off that are at like 4 volts. And that sucks because now, like, sometimes you can't even get 2 full passes in. You can only get 1 full pass in. So it actually works really well to have one charger with the parallel board, one of them just blasting that single battery. Also, like, if I need to charge a goggle battery up or a transmitter battery, typically not transmitter battery, but I went through the goggle batteries faster than I thought. I'm gonna buy another goggle battery. So I don't have to deal with that. But it's nice to have that single individual charger to hook a battery up on, a goggle battery up on real quick to bring that back up. So yeah, that flow worked really well. Mudderton says, if you've got another one of those and you need someone to do tech stuff for, I'm up for it. Plus I gotta be your 107 shill. I will let you know, Metal. I do need somebody for Aniston. So yeah, we'll talk for sure. I don't know when Aniston is, but yeah, we'll talk for sure. Gamma Gonad says, I'm thinking it's 53 to 54 grams alone. Okay, that's probably okay then. Get FPV. Let's see. QAV Cine. I think there's a dash in there, but it'll probably find it. Oh, you know, I need to get this. I need to get one of each of these. So they don't sell the Freibot edition anymore. So I need to get enough extra pieces to keep it going. And I do need more of these. I would like more of these elastic straps, but they've been back ordered. So, but the new version, stop it with the pop-ups, man. So yeah, here's the new version. But that's not it. Hold on. Let's type it in properly. QAV dash. I just want to get a weight. I want to get a weight on it to compare. Come on now. Oh, they changed the name. It's QAV-Pro. QAV-Pro. Okay. Where's the... Get FPV, really? There we go. Nope, that's the 3.5. Man, I wish I could do the 3.5. I wish I could keep that under 250. There it is. Let's see what this guy weighs. I can't imagine this won't be lighter than that, but I mean, you never know. Oh, wow, 53. Jesus. Okay, 53. 53 to 54 grams alone, Gamma Gonad says. Okay, cool. Wow, okay. I'm still going to do that test because 1404s with higher KV might still outperform it. Cool. Yeah, it'll be nice to compare these two things. I got to leave these tabs open, though, because I don't want to have that base plate let go. I don't want to break one of these plates and then all of a sudden this is out of stock forever and I can't rebuild this rig because I don't have, you know, an extra bottom plate. Although I'm sure Ryan, yeah, actually I'd be fine because I could just ask Ryan to cut one for me. Gamma Gonad says I can print you a bunch of the round lens hoods if you want. Yeah, the little yeah, I'm gonna get Brian from Brain to make me something, I hope. If he won't make me something, Gamma, I'll definitely take you up on that though, for sure. But Erickson says, speaking of lenses, what glue is the best to tack plastic lens threads in place? I would use the Bondix stuff. I don't know where it is, but the UV reactive glue. That stuff is really nice because it hardens. Like when it hardens, it's hard and you can easily like pick it off with your fingernail and it comes off in one big piece. Welder would also work, but welder is kind of gummy. I'd be worried about getting into the threads and not coming out of there. So yeah, I would use that UV glue. It's also a nice excuse to get the UV glue because it comes in really handy sometimes. And, you know, using a little UV light to cure it in like 3 seconds is awesome. Chris Croft says, I missed the start. What quad were you using for that? QAV Cine, which is now called the QAV Pro, I think it is. Worked beautifully. I'm really impressed by this rig. Yeah, the fact that I was really worried about with a 2.5-inch prop, it being able to keep up with these guys at full tilt, because fuck man, they're fast. These cyclists are fast, yo. And like the most impressive thing was how quickly they were able to change speed. Like it was just amazing to see them, and it was very strategic. Like they would stay chilled out, and then like one of them would flinch, and he would try to go and leave the other ones and just sprint to the line. And I'm just left like, shoot, like trying not to dump the nose down because I got to try to keep the leader in the camera shot. It was really fun, man. It was really fucking fun to try to figure out different ways to stay with them, and also try not to just hammer the throttle and go up the rooftops because there were cell antennas up there. B-Man says that shit looked amazing. Well done. Thank you, dude. Frosty Worldwide, that's a great name, says, how were you hooking up the goggles for the feed? So it's DJI V2 OG goggles, USB cable to the smart controller, because it's, in my opinion, the only like totally locked down, rock solid way of doing this. Yes, you can do it with a Raspberry Pi, with any number of different Android apps. Cosmos Streamer, I think at the moment, is one of the most popular, but I don't know. I just don't trust that as much as DJI goggles hooked up to DJI smart controller, which is specifically designed for professionals, at HDMI out into a bunch of boxes that the camera truck provides to convert HDMI into their crazy fiber SMPTE cable nonsense. Super62 says you need a MQ9 Reaper, and then YouTube did the thing. I'm a 95. That's it. Thank you, dude. Whoever typed that. I'm scrolling back up to try to find where I was, because YouTube did the annoying thing. There it is. Super62 says MQ9 Reaper. What the hell is that? MQ. Oh. Right. MQ9 Reaper is the military drone. Nice. OMFPV says, if you were to fly above 250, would the video transmission method differ? Still use FPV cam. So if I was somehow able to get a waiver to go category 2, which is 250 grams to, it's a ridiculous number. It's like 5,000 grams or something. If I was able to go up that high, that heavy, first of all, I wouldn't. You would not be able to get the footage. No sane person would be able to get the footage that I was able to get at a really heavy weight. You would hurt something. The risk would just go astronomically through the roof. I love that that people are trying to push to get the 250 number moved up to 1,000 grams. I'm also kind of scared about that, because like I've been hit by 250 gram rigs, and it hits hard. I've never been convinced that a 5-inch rig won't kill you if it hits you at full tilt in the head. And I'm just not interested in taking any amount of that liability on. So let me put that out there. But safety be damned. Above 250 grams, you could go to DJI's big fancy crazy transmission system, and that would be pretty cool, because then you can transmit back 4K. But personally, that's just insane to me. And like, yeah, the transmission systems are not great, man. Like, the O3 system is probably is probably really about it. So yeah, outside of that, it gets like so heavy so fast that it just becomes absurd. So yeah, I don't know. Drew says, I have a ton of colored names on mine. Marcel Alfaxis says, back on Patreon now that I'm back and working again, 5-inch tier. Thank you, dude. Very cool of you. Very, very cool of you. And glad to see you, glad to hear that you're working again. Alfaxis is a super talented dude. The fact that well, I mean, it's funny. Super talented people have a tendency to get really good paying work and then not get any work. It's kind of insane, but it's what it is. Metadertson says the I'm a 95. Thank you, dude. 6S1 says I'm a 85. Yeah, either or. Metadertson says for those high speed cruising situations, I wonder if it would benefit you to go to a bottom mount battery. That's an interesting thought. It would make landing a lot more difficult, and that's a big deal because in these situations there are people around. And also, like, I'm wanting to land in places that are like what I really like to do is land next to the static camera operators. Usually they're up on scissor lifts or there's a platform built for them, and I really like to land on that platform, like right in front of them at their feet. This way nobody can fuck with the drone. And it's also like a good spot to see the riders that are coming, so I know when to take off to pick them up. So yeah, it would make landing like a nightmare. I wonder if it would be better aerodynamically, though. It's an interesting thought. Moby1 FPV says, hi, mate. What's up, dude? Come on. Ooh, one more check. Two more. Danzel the Terrible says, a 5-inch at full chooch could definitely split your skull wide open. Yeah, it's just too much, man. It's too much. And it's like, oh, well, what if it has guards on it? I don't care. Like... No, it's just nuts. Saucy Jack, with the last comment before we do our live streams, giveaways rather, he says, my DJI controller died and I'm trying to decide if I should go to air unit with Express ELRS instead of buying a new controller since I have the gear already for my 5-inch rigs. Go to DJI controller. I don't really have enough info to make a recommendation because I don't know what you mean by DJI controller. Do you mean smart controller or do you mean like transmitter? You talking like transmitters? And then you said trying to decide if I should go to air unit with Express LRS. Okay. So you're talking about DJI transmitter. So you're trying to figure out if you should stay with the DJI link or if you should go to Express LRS. That's actually a tough one, man. Here's what I'll say. The DJI controller is awesome because it's such an easy build. You fucking wire the air unit up and you're done. And the link works really well. It's not going to work as well as Express LRS. If you don't do crazy long range or go like deep back behind buildings and shit, it's never going to matter. What will matter is that the gimbals on the DJI controller blow. So getting into like a proper, that's me being a dick, but like a proper, transmitter like this, you are going to get better gimbals and you're going to get a better shaped transmitter that you can find a transmitter that probably fits your hands better. So yeah, that's your decision. Your decision is infinitely simple building by just wiring up the Vista and you're done and it's simple and it's rock solid and it works 99% of the time versus squeeze out the tiniest little bit of range, but more importantly, you can get a transmitter that really fits your hands properly. I'm certain that you can send that DJI controller off to DJI and they will fix it for you. So yeah, that's how I would personally make that decision. Those are the more important things to kind of go off of. So yeah, but man, the DJI transmitter link and controller are damn good, damn good. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one for sure. Luckily, you can't really go wrong either way. Here it is. Find other people that fly FPV and try a bunch of different transmitters, and then try your transmitter and really think, like, am I going to be able to fly better with these other transmitters? Some people, the DJI transmitter fits totally fine in their hands, and all is right with the world. So that's how I would make that decision. let's do some giveaways. Hold on, real quick, before we do the giveaways. I stole that from Mighty Car Mods. Go subscribe to him here on YouTube. It's the best forward driving, off-roading car channel on the internet. Joshua Lerner, Juicy FPV, bailed me out and sent me a Vista at the last second last week. Huge shout out to him. And hey, he's also selling me a set of walk snail goggles. God damn it! So we're gonna have a walk snail whoop coming up soon here. I just gotta PayPal him. He also threw in a Fat Strap here with his logo and stuff on it. He had Fat Strap make him a whole bunch of fat strappy straps with his logo on there, which is super cool. So yeah, if you want a Juicy FPV Fat Strap, which is really cool artwork, some cool green and purple going on, you can get them. I think he's got them on his website. I think he had to buy a whole bunch of them from Fat Strap, so you can't buy them on Fat Strap's website, but you can get them from his website, which is, let's just do this. I'm just going to hold this up, and then you guys can read everything off of it, because he's got a bunch of different socials and things for you to check him out on. So yeah, very, very cool of him. You might even be able to point your phone at the screen and scan the QR code. I doubt it though, because these streams look like a potato because YouTube compresses this shit out of live streams. So yeah, huge shout out to him for sending me a Vista. He just sent me the Vista. I wanted to give him money. He wouldn't take my damn money, but I am luckily sending him some money for some walk snail stuff. So yeah, that was super rad, and this is super rad. Thank you, dude. All right, the other quick mailbag that we're going to do is a box from Newbie Drone with gold-plated PH 2.0 connectors, and I had hoped to do these tonight. I'm going to go through the giveaways as quick as possible to see if we can have enough time. If not, we'll do this on Whoop Wednesday. Yeah, these are gold-plated PH 2.0s. I think they just put them up on their website. They're a red plastic, which is pretty slick. And hey, they're solid pin. Very cool. So gold-plated solid pin PH 2.0. I want to compare these to their regular old clear rolled pin. They're still rolled pin, right? Yep, compare them to their rolled pin. And we'll compare them to BT 2.0. It won't be a super fair comparison because this rig with BT 2.0 has a slightly lighter camera and canopy, but we'll weigh them both. I don't think we're going to get to this tonight. I would really like to, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go late. We'll see. So yeah, shout out to Newbie Drone for continuing to support the hell out of this channel. I do have an affiliate link to their website. And if you didn't know, their website has tons of non-Cinewhoop stuff. And they have a lot of exclusive things. They have like the Axis 1404s and the Axis 2004s, which like nobody else does. Yeah, like we think of the big three. No. It's the big four. There are four huge, amazing FPV resellers here in the US. Get FPV, Pyro Drone, Newbie Drone, and RDQ. So yeah, get big three out of your head because it's really big four. Newbie Drone is firmly one of the biggest resellers with an amazing selection of really cool stuff. And yeah, like I said, they have really been very, very good to me. And by proxy, you beautiful bastards, for quite a while now. So yeah, we're going to test those out, and I'm looking forward to that. But first, we're doing giveaways, goddammit. And while I do giveaways, one of the perks of joining my... Hey! Couple of new patrons. Look at you. Goddamn rock stars. Clifford Field, welcome to the Gangly Gang. Thank you, brother. There's Off-Axis FPV on the Mega tier. He's getting in on all three giveaways tonight. And then we've also got... Wise MSC. Welcome to the gangliest of gangs, my friends. I love you guys. You literally are the reason that I'm able to do this full time, and that's pretty cool. So give yourselves a little pat on the back. You deserve it, damn it. At the end of the stream, I'll play. Oh, no, hold on. I gotta give you one thing real quick though. You're gonna love this. So the hotel that we were at, I brought a Cinewhoop. And I'm really glad I did, because the hotel was super cool. Hold on. Let me turn this down a little bit. Look at this shit. I ripped the fuck out of this hotel. Yeah, so this is like the inside of the hotel. And like, so the hotel had tons of cyclists in it, so I wasn't really worried about like pissing everybody off. Plus, I did a bunch of this flying at like 2 a.m. When I couldn't sleep and there was nobody around. So it was like completely safe to do this. But it's a 65mm Cinewhoop. Even when I was doing it when there were people around, they thought it was the greatest thing ever, and they were just kind of screwing around. So yeah, this is super rad, man. This is the 32,000 kV rig, and I was like really exhausted doing this, so I didn't do anything completely insane, but I must have flown like 20 batteries in here, and I was like, I let one of the other guys fly, and this is just super fun, man. Just to have like this big of an open space, it was just hysterical. There was a ton of wind up here from those vents that we were just looking right at. And yeah, I was doing like dives on the down the elevators, and like, I don't know, this was super fun. I kind of wish that I'd gone more ham, but I was usually flying from the 5th floor, so if I got it stuck, which I did a couple times, I was having to take the elevator down to go retrieve it. So I was just kind of staying safe, but I was doing some fun stuff. I had a blast doing this. This is me more flying for me than like flying for footage. Also, like in the goggles, it looked like this. So I was like, you know what? The footage looked so bad. It was multipathing like crazy. And it was also like, I don't know. I don't really know why it looked so bad. It looked terrible in the goggles. So I was kind of like, well, I'm just going to fart around and not like try to make an ultimate freestyle edit with this, because it looks like ass anyway. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it was just too bright and then too dark. But it's like black and white for some reason. Maybe it was just not bright enough in there. I don't know. But I guess it's also kind of dull in there. Like it's all concrete, so there really aren't many colors. Like we do have some blue from that little fountain there, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought this looks terrible to me. Maybe I was just spoiled by flying DJI for hours all day. But yeah, that was super, super, super fun to fly around inside that hotel. One of the benefits of joining the Patreon is that you will get access to a Discord text channel called the Video Collective. And in the Video Collective, you can post your flying. And while I'm doing the things to set the giveaways up, I will play 3 of those videos, and I always just lazily pick the most recent 3. I should pick the first 3 from the last time that I posted, but you know, it's much easier to be a lazy shitbag and post the most recent 3. Plus, that inspires you guys to, I don't know what it does. So we're gonna have a little bit of Obnoxious here, and then we're gonna have a little bit of CiottiFPV, and then come on. And then we're gonna have some. That's another Bob Noxious. Let's mix it up. We're gonna get some Danzilla Terrible here. All right, cool. So we've sufficiently mixed it up. I'm just queuing these up to where the flying starts. There we go. All right, cool. So I have these 3 ready to go. Let me get my other window that I need here opened up with the raffle stuff. Pull this over to the other screen here, and let me just refresh a bunch of these tabs, which is going to make the computer go haywire. Okay, that's good to go. That's good to go. All right, cool. I'm going to put these on. I also need to queue up some Epidemic Sound real quick. No, let's not do it there. Let's do it over here. And all right, friends, hopefully this song doesn't suck. Get this going here, Black Hole 2 channel, and I'll be right back. Enjoy some of your beautiful chat, compatriot, whatever. So all three of those guys have been around long enough that I've been able to watch them get better, and that's really cool. All three of those guys have improved quite a bit since they first started hanging out here in these live streams, and I absolutely love that. And that spot there that Bob Noxus was just flying, he apparently they've named that Ciotti spot, which is pretty cool. I did I flew there like 3 years ago actually, and I have an edit with the word Charlotte in it. Really, really cool spot. And yeah, I love watching people progress. It's just so cool. It's so cool. Elmo Hawk says, hey there, hope everything is going well. It's going really well. Bob Noxus says, thanks, you're certainly welcome, well deserved. Punani says, sent you a PayPal a few streams ago regarding Gang stickers, McStinky, why you no respond. I've got it. Nope, that's McMucus. I should be caught up. It should be in the mail. Do me a favor, Punani. Shoot me a message. If you haven't gotten it yet, it got lost in the mail. Wait, no. McStinky mount I would not have sent with just a stamp. Message me, and I can check stamps.com for tracking to see what's going on with it. I typically don't respond. I just mail them out. But yeah, message me because I need to check it. Sorry, dude. Clifffield says lands like I do. I don't know what that's in reference to. Maybe the tiny whooping in the hotel? Did I land? I don't remember. Hey, we're gonna do some giveaways, damn it. Here we go. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Okay. 3 giveaways ready to go. Moving the chat over. All right, here we go. And we're gonna full screen this shit. And then 1, 2, 3. There they are. All right, cool. So we've got 3 giveaways and we've got 3 Patreon tiers. The first Patreon tier is the Toothpick and Tiny Whoop tier. Tonight's prizes are a Meteor 75 V3 frame. It's kind of like a 75mm themed giveaway. A couple of the newbie drone cards. One of them has the channels on it, which is why I always hold on to them. Brain 3D holographic sticker, Danzilla FPV holographic sticker, FPV exchange card, the little newbie drone sticker sheet. When you get these sticker sheets, these strips here, they go on the ducts. You can put them on the ducts, and they make the frame look really cool. And then we've got a brand new set of newbie drone Nitro Nectar Golds. We've got a Weebleed FPV rubberized magnet. We've got a set of the Weebleed FPV stickers. Stick time. Adorable little tiny whoop. And we strive, we play, we bleed. Weebleed FPV koozie. And then whip antenna. A PH 2.0 lead. And then a bunch of 75mm props. A set of the Gemfan quad blades, the high-pitch quad blades, a set of the Gemfan high-pitch tri-blades, and then a set of the new Gemfan low-pitch quad blades. That's how I'm referring to their props now, as high-pitch, low-pitch. That's the most accurate way to kind of talk about them without having to remember what the specific pitch numbers are. So that's our Tiny Whoop and Toothpick giveaway, and you get this beautiful Home of the Whooper Micro King in your mailbox with an amazing little hardware guide on it. Huge thanks to CiottiFPV for doing the design for this and so many other things. He's done this Micro King logo. He's done the Gangly Gang logo. He's done my new logo up here. If you need graphic design done and I find out that you went to anyone other than CiottiFPV, I'll burn your fucking house down. Wait, that's the wrong button. Oh no! I blew it. I tried to do a quick one on you. Alan M is still there. Stavel FPV is still there. Barry is still there. McMucus got blown away right before my eyes. UAV Tech has won again. Holy cow! UAV Tech just won a couple of weeks ago. Look at this guy. Look at Mark Spatz getting some Cinewhoop stuff. Very cool. UAV Tech is the winner. Congratulations to Mark Spatz. AV. Awesome. Maybe he'll do some. Maybe this will inspire him to do some 75mm whoop science. You know what I mean? He's probably the best person to win these damn giveaways. We can get more out of him than anybody else, I think. Shit. Next up, we've got the 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop tier. We've got a cool little Weebleed plastic buckle, nice lightweight battery strap. A bunch of the same stuff, Brain FPV holographic sticker, FPV exchange card, Danzilla holographic sticker, and then we've got one of these little drawer liner matte material motor grabbing things that I've cut. A set of the Flywoo 9x15mm arm LEDs. These are really the only arm LEDs that are going to work on a proper like 3-inch freestyle rig or a Cinewhoop. And then we've got a set of motors and props here. So we've got a full set of Flywoo NIN gold, tell me the size, 1103, 10,500 kV motors. Does it work really well on 2S? And then we've got, it looks like 3 sets of Gemfan. These 3016s? 3016s. These props will pair really well with those motors. Motors will also work really well with a 2.5-inch propeller. Bunch of different props that'll work well with them, to be honest. This is your micro brushless and Cinewhoop tier. Let's see who's going to win this one. And maybe the goat will behave this time. Hey! Look at that. The screaming goat screams. Tickets get blown away. Frank Bernard is still hanging in there. Jesse Garcia is hanging in. Alec Dvornik just got blown away. Compost Pile, congratulations. You have won some things. I'm going to write your name down and ship it out to you. Compost Pile. There it is. Next up, we've got the 5-inch tier, and this is going to be a quick one. We've got 3 sets of Gemfan. This is the wrong bag, but 3 sets of arguably my favorite and arguably the best freestyle props that have ever been created so far. The Gemfan 5143s. Great power, incredible durability. This has been my go-to 5.1-inch prop forever. Nowadays, I'm very tempted by these 4.9-inch props, so I'm going to go down that road. But, man, these are such good all-arounders. 5.1 is going to be significantly more, not significantly, but it's going to be more efficient than 4.9. I love these on my cinematic rigs, actually, for that little bit of extra efficiency. So, yeah, 3 sets of these. We've got the Brain FPV holographic sticker, a little motor grabber, jibby jabby, FPV exchange card, Danzil, the terrible holographic sticker, and then a full set of 4 Emax 2306 1700 kV motors, brand new in the box, ready to be beaten to death by you beautiful people. And the person's name is not going to get blown away that wins these. Oh, shit, I'm on the wrong thing. Flush FPV is on the left there. He's just got blown away. Daniel Maurer is on the top there. He's sticking in. Sleepy CBR is gone. Chopper FPV is on the right there. John Godwin is on the right. They're both still there. Everybody that I just mentioned got blown away other than Chopper FPV. He's still in it. Frank Bernhardt's still in it. Nope. Miguel, congratulations, my man. You've won some motors. I'm gonna write your name down here and ship them on out to you. Now we're doing the Super Chat and or PayPal-based giveaway. Super Chats are great, but if you don't like Google and YouTube taking 30% of your money, you can do a PayPal by going over to CiottiFPV.com. Let me just write Miguel's name on here. TSUKAYY. AMA. I'm not gonna try. PayPal and Super Chat based giveaway is going to be First and foremost, a free set of transmitter grip tape grips from CiottiFPV. Huge shout out to Dan. CiottiFPV is over there making great content on his channel and has just been a supporter forever. So you're going to be able to contact him and have him custom cut a set of his awesome grips for your specific transmitter in whatever color you'd like. CiottiFPV purple is obviously the best and fastest color. You're also going to get a big old sticker pack from me. Look, this sticker pack is like a $20 value. Yo, I didn't talk about the stickers, but yeah, you get this sticker sheet that CMYK designed with 5 different stickers on it. You get the brand new old school Apple Macintosh holographic inspired CiottiFPV logo and one of these awesome little Gulf livery Ciotti logos. 3 sets of the 5143s. 2 sets of these brand new Emax Avan 3.6-inch 30-pitch propellers. These don't work on any of my motors. I'm kind of bummed because the blade profile is really interesting. I think these are going to be a really good prop. A set of fine-tipped tweezers. A XT30 discharger from Vifly. These are so fucking handy. Brain FPV holographic logo, Danzilla sticker, FPV exchange card, another little motor grippy jibby jabby, SMA to 90-degree MMCX lead, newbie drone, branded little shorty M5 nut prop wrench, glip glop, and 2 sets of the new Gemfan quad blade low pitch 1.6-inch propellers. $5 to get 1 ticket, $5 per ticket. Let's do a, we'll do an open one. We'll do another open giveaway. Maybe we'll just do these giveaways open from now on. $5 a ticket. Every $5 via PayPal or Super Chat, you get 1 ticket. And then the tickets get blown away and the last remaining one wins. That's how giveaways work here on Earth. So yeah, bunch of different props, sticker pack, skateboard grip tape, transmitter grips. Ready, go, friends. Ready, go. Let's do this. I'll also do a, it's going to delay things so much, though. We'll do it anyway. I'm also going to order you a t-shirt of your choosing. So you're going to go on Teespring, you're going to shop the different t-shirts that are available, you're going to tell me which one you like, what color you want it in, what size t-shirt you are, and I'm going to order it for you, and I'm going to put it in the box. Cool? How's that sound? A $20 additional value on tonight's giveaway. All right, let me get this going here, and it doesn't look like we have anybody that I screwed up on last giveaway, so let's start throwing people in here. Freeload Joe FPVs with a $5 super chat. He says wheel, and I DM'd you on Discord. Awesome. I'll get back to you tomorrow, brother. I'm gonna be shot after this. Man, that trip really took it out of me. I've been just useless today. Yesterday, I had like 2 hours of sleep Saturday night because I had to be up at 6 a.m. to get on the airplane by 8:30. And I don't remember yesterday at all. I don't know if I took a nap or what happened, but yeah, I'm still just banged up from that trip. But man, was it worth it? Boy, oh boy, did I have a good time. Where is my email? There it is. All right. And here we go. Let's get the PayPals going. Oh, shit. Keith Sumner wins! Hold on. Dub El Deuce with a $5 PayPal. Let's get him on the wheel. And I'm going to put him on under his YouTube. No, apparently I'm not, because I can't highlight that. So he's getting put on as Dub El Deuce. Dub El Deuce, you have gotten a ticket. Thank you, brother. Kevin Sumner with a $100 PayPal. He says, I missed 2 weeks ago, so here's some extra. Hey, Kevin, how many times do you want me to put you on the wheel? You tell me. I'm going to hold off for 1 second. Metal Nerdskin with a $20 super chat. He's going on the wheel 4 times. I'll put you on the appropriate amount of times, Kevin, for sure. But if you don't want to be on that many times, just let me know. Freeloader is good. Kevin Sumner says PP. McBucas says check your PayPal. Awesome. Some grip tape on the shirt. Nice. Mudder Dirtson says PayPal. All right, got you. Danzilla the Terrible, the 25 Californian Canadian dollar super chat. He says one for me, one for Bob, one for Cliff, one for Marcelo Faxis. All right, let's get to work here. Show you guys what I'm up to. All right. And so we got Danzilla. We're gonna get Bob Noxious. There we go. We're gonna get Cliff. And then we're gonna get off axis. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Scott Marshall, he says, okay, let the goat do her worst. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Danzilla. Thank you, everybody. All right. And let's put... All right, so I got that. Here we go. All right, let's put Kevin Sumner on here the appropriate number of times. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So this has now become a game of David versus Goliath. Welcome to the David versus Goliath giveaway, friends. Who can beat Kevin Sumner's extremely generous entry into this giveaway? This is my favorite thing. McMucus's message is luck of the Peruvians. Nice. Who's gonna get in here? Who else is gonna get on this giveaway to try to knock down Goliath? Look at Goliath. This is Goliath here. Kevin Sumner is officially Goliath. For $5, you've got the chance to become David. You will be hereby known as David for like 10 minutes and then I'll forget. Oh shit. Sleepy CBR is getting on the madness. 2 entries from Sleepy CBR. He's trying to take down Sumner. Can he do it? Can you do it? Will you do it? Jackalope says, dude, really wanted that t-shirt. All right, let me give you guys another couple minutes here. Look at the email straightened out here. All right, cool. Damn, Kevin, thank you, dude. Thank you, dude. Very cool. What time is it? Oh my God, it's already after 12 o'clock. All right, yeah, we're gonna do the Cinewhoop stuff tomorrow. Let me change the name of the stream. Let me change the name of the stream. NCL Criterium Race Wrap Up and Behind the Scenes. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't in the title of the stream anyway. That was kind of stupid. All right. Did I spell that right? Yeah. All right, cool. And Bob Noxious with a $50 super chat. Holy hell. He says, stick Bob Bruce on there 2 times. All right. Here we go. Double Bob Bruce. Danzilla. Let's do this. Danzilla and Cliff Field. And there it is. And then the rest for the fun. So we've got 20 and then 30. And so we are taking the Woke Snail Fund up to $35. Thank you, brother. Very cool. All right, since it's after 12, let's do this thing. We're going to submit and we're going to see who shall win. The Davids or the Goliaths. Look at all those tickets with Kevin Sumner's name on them. Will they all be blown away? Or will one remain? Oh. Oh, the goat's getting weak. Some Kevin Sumner tickets are being blown away. That's a good sign for the Davids. Will they all be blown away is the question. Oh my God, they're almost all blown away. There's only 4 left. Oh, David wins. Cliff Field. Oh, shit. Cliff Field, congratulations. You are now known as David in the Battle of Goliath. Denzel Terrible says Sumner's going down. Thanks, everybody, for getting in on that. Very cool. God, that's fun. Cliff, you've got to send me all your info. Unless you're a patron. If you're on Patreon, then I can grab your address and whatnot off of there. But if you're not a patron, I need you to message me. CiottiFPV.com has all my contact info. I use Instagram and Facebook the most, so those are your best bet. Shoot me a message. Say, hey, yo, it's Cliff Field. I won the giveaway. Here's my address. And to get your and then hey, jump onto CiottiFPV.com, go to Teespring, look through my t-shirts, and pick one. Tell me the design and tell me what color you want. The shirts are available in different colors and your size. And you, if you want to do the grip tape skateboard transmitter grips, shoot an email to tweetfpv@gmail.com. tweetfpv@gmail.com and say, yo, I just won Ciotti's giveaway. Can you please cut me a set of grips for my whatever transmitter you've got in Ciotti FPV purple or whatever other color you would like. And the man will hook you up. And all of you, if you're not subscribed to Tweet FPV already, I don't know what you're doing with your lives. Get your asses over there. He makes great content. He's a great human being. Meldritzen says, I have a theory that the wheel deduplicates entries. Could stand some testing. That's interesting. Let's hit play again. Let's do this a couple times, see what happens. That's an interesting thought. What other questions you guys got? We're gonna shut this down pretty quick here, because it is after 12. Let's see. I can actually get in touch with. So there's Metal winning. I can get in touch with Pokey. Yeah. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to get. How did I talk to him? Was it on Discord? Is Pokey FPV over on Discord? Is that where it was? Oh man, I have a feeling you might be right, because Kevin hasn't won yet. I mean, the laws of randomization state that there's as much chance of him never winning as there is him winning, because it is fully random. Where the hell did I talk to Pokey FPV way back when? All right, so there's Kevin winning. I guess it wasn't on Discord that I was talking to him. Let's try Faceballs. Does anybody know Sleepy CBR winning? Does anybody know Pokey FP? Oh, well, okay. So when I click play again, it's removing the person that won. Okay. Bob Noxious, can you ask him? I can't remember his regular name on Facebook. Can you reach out to him and just say, yo, you know what to ask him. We were just talking about it. Let me give you guys a little bit more Miami footage. I'll talk over it for a couple of seconds, and then we will meet up again on Wednesday. Look at this place, yo. Look at Miami Beach. Look at Miami Beach. Hold on. This place is fucking wild, yo. This place is just outrageous. It's just so cool. It's so cool looking, man. Like, look at this hotel, man. Like, everything looks like this. Everything is all lit up like this, and like, oh my God. And the skyline's all hot. Come on now. Point your camera anywhere and get all the good stuff. Look at all this. Look at this madness. So right there, this is Versace's mansion. These are the steps where he died in the 90s. It's kind of crazy. Look at that, man. Look at that. Come on now. Can't tell me that's not the hottest shit you've ever seen. Look at this, the Carlisle. So the Carlisle, this is where Birdcage was filmed. And yeah, right next to it. I really like this place with the yellow right next to it. Leslie, that's it. Yeah, look at that, man. The yellow and the pink. Oh, God, so cool looking. Everything just looks so sick here. And it's like, there's like 10 blocks of this, man. Why doesn't everything look like this? This is just some like colored lights. Like, it's not hard to make. I mean, of course, the architecture is gorgeous, but like, this is just some colored lights to make these buildings look this cool. Come on now. Come on now. Look at that. Look at that. Why doesn't everything look like this? Look at this place. Look at this place. Ready? Look at this. The Clevelander. Come on. Oh, look how hot that is. Imagine this filled up with people. Ooh. Ooh, come on. Get you some of that. The breakwater. Look at that. It's yellow and blue action. God damn. Ciotti purple everywhere. Yeah, seriously. Big city too. Look how wide like the city is. It's man. Miami, yo. Crazy. Look at this. Come on now, you can't tell me you don't want to go here. It's not for everybody. It's for sure not for everybody, but man, it's for me. Maggie and I gonna live here someday. Mark my words. Ooh. Ooh, hot stuff. Come on. This is them doing qualifying. This is kind of a fun little concept that I had. Got in front of a bunch of the photographers, and then when they launched 6, 5, 4, 3. So yeah, this is a company that sponsored the event a bunch, and then they've got this cool like virtual race thing. So yeah, I did that little, I don't know, it's cool. B-roll stuff, you know? I'm actually going to get in touch with these guys, Wahoo. I want to work with them. One of their guys lives in Atlanta, apparently. So I want to do some work with them. This is with Hypersmooth on. I hate Hypersmooth, but I needed to get this footage directly into the truck. So yeah, there was no way to put it through Real Steady Go or anything like that. Because I really try to not bring my laptop on these. It's just too heavy. I would love to have a lightweight laptop, but I also don't like the idea of having a laptop with me. It's just too much money and too much stuff to lose. But yeah, this was testing day. So this is part like testing, part getting some B-roll for a little package that they wanted to put together in between scenes. Look at Hypersmooth. Ugh, gross. That like notchiness of Hypersmooth. What the hell, man? But yeah, just kind of getting them some filler stuff here and there. Also kind of testing the connection. What else? What's this? Yeah, I got them some daylight stuff of some of the hotels and the skyline and whatnot. I didn't get to see the package that they cut with this. Framing up the NCL banner and then giving them a little elevation up. With the palm trees, and the water was beautiful. I mean, like in color. I don't know if it was cold or not. I'm assuming it was freezing cold. But yeah, let me send you guys out of here with more of the tiny whooping in the hotel, because it was just hysterical. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hold on. Matt Erickson says, Miami has the disadvantage of being located in Florida. Yeah, that's for goddamn sure. Danzilla Terrible says, was that on the Tiny Whoop, those night shots? No, Danzilla. That's Cinewhoop with the full tilt Hero 8. Tiny Whoop, it'll look like a potato. Clipfield says, more than happy for the prize to go elsewhere. I'm in New Zealand, so prices for shipping might make it not worthwhile for CiottiFPV. Cliff, so you won the... So, Cliff, what I usually do in that case is I'll just kind of like total up the value of what was in there, and then I'll just PayPal you. So, yeah, we can do that. Message me and we'll work it out. Message me. You need to message me anyway, Cliff, with your info. And yeah, we'll work something out. That's cool of you, though. That's very cool of you. Brainswipine says, do you put your Insta360 Go footage into gyro flow? I do. Tried that today with SMO 4K and it looked great. I typically do. Yeah, although the freestyle stuff, I just leave it raw. But any of like the cinematic-ish stuff that I do with the Insta360 goes through gyro flow. Although when you put it into high speed, 120 frame per second mode, you can't. Well, you can't put it into gyro flow horizon lock. You can just do regular gyro flow. I think for the drifting footage that I've been putting, the RC drifting footage I've been putting up on Instagram, I don't think I did because it didn't really need it. And I preferred the slightly wider angle of no gyro flow. So yeah, it kind of depends. It depends on what I'm filming. It depends on how thrashy I was being. Sometimes I put it through, sometimes I don't. Clifffield says, dude, you owe me nothing. It's all good. You won, brother. Denzel the Terrible says, Bob Noxious and I pay for shipping. I will ship it from Canada if you want. Ciotti, yeah, the problem for me shipping outside of the US is that I don't know why, it just doesn't make it there. So I've weirdly I've had better luck shipping to Danzilla in Canada, and then he reships it. We're dumb and fat here in America, so go figure. We can't understand that there's anything outside of our land and that extends to being able to ship to the rest of the world. I don't understand it, but so yeah. What are we doing? Clifffield says it was fun winning. And I appreciate the generosity of Bob Noxious and Denzel the Terrible, but it is not needed. All right, so Cliff, it sounds like wants to donate it. So let's do this. Bob and Danzilla were both in here. It's a lot less to ship to there. Well, wait. So if hold on. What if I hit the back button? Oh, then it just dumps everything out. Let's just do this. Let's respin. Let's do that. Let's do a respin. Clifffield says, Brainswipine I've offered to give it away. Can you redraw? Perfect. Cliff is asking me to redraw. Beautiful. Done. Here we go. Submit. Ah, shit. Hold on. Stay there, everybody. Stay there. Let's do this. I copied them. Paste them. Submit. Here we go. Respinning. Here it is. Who's gonna win it? David versus Goliath once again. Kevin Sumner's tickets are everywhere and they're getting blown away one by one, but man, a lot more are sticking around this time. Sleepy CBR is hanging in. Kevin Sumner is dominating this one. It's gonna be a Kevin Sumner. Here it comes. There it is. Kevin wins. Congratulations, brother. It was destined. It was destiny. It was destiny. And now I can ship within the US. Cliff, very cool of you. Very, very generous of you to do a respin for this. Kevin, you are getting some stuff for your Goliath entry and incredible generosity. Thank you so much, dude. I wish Kevin Sumner had something that I could plug because he's a huge supporter. If you ever see Kevin Sumner on the street, buy that guy a beer because I might not still be sitting here if it weren't for him, to be totally honest. Congratulations, Kevin. And again, thank you for the super double respin. There it is. Kevin is just in it for the generosity. Here we go again. Reset. Oh, shit. I didn't want to reset. Oh, balls. Nah. Hitting all the wrong buttons. Here we go. We're really testing this this deduplication thing. Names are being blown away. Goats are streaming. Midnight double respin. Who's it going to be? I have to cross Kevin's name out now. I'm running out of space on the envelope. Oh shit, it's not going to be Kevin Sumner. It's Danzilla the Terrible. Congratulations, Danzilla. You have won. I'm not going to write your name down yet, though, because if I write it down and then you say respin, I'm going to jump off the roof. Denzel says, did you just say you want to plug something of Kevin Sumner's? I did. Oh, God. Come on now. All right, Denzel did not say Respin, so I'm shipping it to him whether he likes it or not. Do you really want me to? There it is. Triple Respin. Who's going to win the random bag of stuff this time? Oh, it's going to be Kevin Sumner again. All right, so it's not deduplicating. But when I click play again, it does. So that's important for me to remember. When I click play again, it removes the person that just won. All right, who's going to be this time? Free Lojo's hanging out on the top right. Sleepy CBR's on the left. Bob Bruce is on the left. Free Lojo's gone. It's a Sleepy CBR. Sleepy CBR wins. And I know that he can use some of this stuff. So I'm going to write his name down. And I'm going to ship it to him. Sleepy CBR. Congratulations, brother. You're the winner of the 18th respin. Take it and run, Sleepy CBR. Kevin Sumner says. Thanks, guys. You're the goddamn best. All right, cool. We're good to go. I'm going to shut this shit down. Enjoy some tiny whooping at this big-ass hotel. Bring tiny whoops to hotels. This is incredibly fun, and nobody gave a shit. The security guard's walking around. He doesn't fucking care. He can't hear it. I wish I'd brought a 75, if I'm completely honest. But, yeah, enjoy, friends. Let me throw some Epidemic Sounds on. And I'll see you guys on Whoop Wednesday. We'll test out this very cool gold-plated solid pin PH 2.0 from Newbie Drone. And I gotta hit this, and here we go. Enjoy, friends. Have an excellent Tuesday. I'll see you Wednesday.